You know, sometimes I feel like I came out the womb with a football already in my hands. Son of a coach, the smell of cut grass and the crackle of shoulder pads were my lullabies. My earliest memories, all from the gridiron. At 4 years old, I got my first trophy, but not for scoring touchdowns. Nah, I was the team mascot, the real-life water boy. Only problem, I was too slow. By the time I sprinted out with a water bottle, the timeout was already over. That was my first position. At 6, my football journey started for real, and I started it early. The Edgemere Falcons didn't have a 6'8" team, so they threw me onto the 7'9" squad. Youngest, smallest, 6 mandatory plays a game, pushed around like a rag doll. I quit at 7. But at 8, everything changed. New organization, Overly. They had a 6'8" division, and I just knew I was finally about to dominate. But my father, he had other plans. Once again back to the older 7'9" team. Started both ways. At 9, same story. Pops moved me up again. Offensive Player of the Year. Life kept repeating that pattern. We moved to Randallstown at 10, and once again I thought I'd run through the 8-10 division. Nope, Dad said, you're going up. Two-way starter at 9, 11. MVP at 11. Starting quarterback at 12. Fullback named Horse at 13. And by high school, I thought I finally knew how the script would go. Freshman year, undefeated. Sophomore year, thought I'd dominate JV at quarterback. But varsity had other plans. I suited up for the first game, stepped on the field, and that one snap ended my JV eligibility. Suddenly I'm a 10th grade varsity defensive end. And then came the game I'll never forget. Perry Hall, win and go to the playoffs, lose and go home. We're down 19-7 at halftime. Coach looks at me and says, you're in at quarterback. One hit in that game, one hit rattled me so hard I saw stars. Looked like lightning shaped like tadpoles. But I kept going. 8 for 13, 142 yards, 2 touchdowns, season saved. That moment opened the door for me to go to one of the oldest boarding schools in America. Junior year all Tri-County, all-state defensive back. Senior year came back with a vengeance. First undefeated regular season in the school's history. All-state again. My last game was a loss to Fork Union, but the dream wasn't over. I walked on at Marshall University, and then the moment that changed everything. Day 1, registration. I walk up ready to start a new chapter. The director flips through the papers, looks at me and says, son, we don't have your clearinghouse paperwork. Hell, you can't even put on a jock strap without that paperwork. And just like that, football, my identity, my life, my purpose was gone. Not with a bang, not with an injury, but with a sentence. That was the day the dream died. Or at least that's what I thought. Because years later, I realized the dream didn't die. It simply changed. I may not be on the field anymore, but I can inspire the next generation who will be. Kids with passion, kids with heart, kids who need a spark. Kids who need to know that being number 1 starts long before the stadium lights come on. So I created something I wish I had when I was young. The number 1 coloring book. A motivational football journey designed to lift, inspire, and plant seeds of belief in every child who touches it. It's for every underdog, every dreamer, every kid who gets knocked down and still stands back up. It's more than a coloring book. It's a mindset, a message, a movement, and it's available right now on Amazon. Because no matter where you start, no matter what obstacles you face, no matter who doubts you, it all starts with a dream, and every dream deserves a fighting chance.